Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to cover 6 defense updates like Army's high precision artillery strategy, then AI assisted simulation models, DRDO's Arudhara radar, how India can learn from Russia's sanctions survival tactics regarding Su-57 fighters, Ghatak UCAV engine program, and Agni 6 missile test. So let's start. So number 1, Army's high precision artillery strategy evolves beyond DRDO Pinaka. The DRDO, which has long spearheaded the nation's artillery programs with its highly successful Pinaka rocket system, is now seeing robust competitions from domestic private companies. Leading the charge in Pune based Naib Limited in collaboration with Israel's Elbit system, the company has developed the Suryastra Universal Multi-Caliber Rocket Launcher, which is based on Israel's combat-proven PULS technology. Recently, in May 2026, the system was successfully test-fired at the Integrated Test Range in Chandipur, Odisha. The Suryastra launcher demonstrated exceptional accuracy, reportedly achieving a circular error probable of just 1.5 to 2 meters. It fires multiple munitions from a single platform, including a 306 mm guided rocket capable of hitting targets at 150 kilometers. The heavier missiles that can strike up to 300 kilometers away. Adding to the momentum, Hyderabad's Zen Technologies recently revealed its Hyperstrike long-range system at the North Tech Symposium 2026 in Prayagraj. Meanwhile, the Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited, a company already playing a critical role in manufacturing DRDO's Pinaka rockets, is developing its own independent line of precision artillery. Despite the surge in private sector offerings, DRDO continues to push the boundary of its indigenous Pinaka family. While earlier versions were unguided area denial weapons, the organization is currently developing extended range guided variants. This includes the Pinaka Mk3, which targets a 120 kilometer range, and the highly anticipated Pinaka Mk4, which aims for a 300 kilometer reach. Next, AI assisted simulation models, DRDO's Arudhara radar. A newly surface AI driven simulation has illustrated a major leap in India's aerospace protection abilities, showcasing the domestically developed Arudhara medium power radar successfully identifying and monitoring a Lockheed Martin F-35A Lightning II. The virtual exercise demonstrated how the stealth aircraft could be tracked within the framework of the Indian Air Force Integrated Air Command and Control Systems by leveraging advanced electronic beam steering and active electronically scanned array technology. The radar can continuously process real-time data to expose stealth signature, track target movements, and calculate engagement options. The IAF relies on the IACCS as its fully automated digital nervous system operating on the highly secure Air Force network. This command and control architecture seamlessly stitches together feeds from civilian and military sensors nationwide to create a unified air situation picture. Next, how India can learn from Russia's sanctions survival tactics. Please comment. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine offers a rare look at how a major military power maintains its defense manufacturing while facing severe economic blockades. Despite strict Western bans on critical technology, financial systems, and aerospace components and machinery since 2022, Russia has successfully continued to mass produce weapons, drones, and armored vehicles. Currently, many of India's vital military assets still rely on imported parts and foreign supply networks, making them highly vulnerable to sudden geopolitical shocks. The main issue is not India's capability to construct advanced weapons, rather, it is whether the country can sustain the continuous production and repair of these systems if access to foreign components is abruptly cut off. A major takeaway from Russia's survival is the critical need for adaptable design. Today's military hardware, such as fighter jet, naval ships, and tanks, is often built strictly around specific imported parts like a unique engine or radar. While the approach maximizes performance, it creates a massive weak point. If a foreign supplier halts delivery, re-engineering an entire platform to accommodate a new component can stall production for years. Moving forward, Indian defense projects must utilize modular designs. By implementing open architectures and standard connections, the military can swap out parts easily and avoid relying on any single foreign vendor. Another key lesson involves the heavy reliance on microchips. Modern warfare is fundamentally powered by electronics, from drones to advanced missile guidance systems. Next, Su-57 fighters can seamlessly integrate future AL-51F-1 engine. Moscow has offered a crucial guarantee to Indian defense planners. The new AL-51FI engines are engineered as a direct replacement. Representatives from Rostec and the United Aircraft Corporation assured that these advanced engines can be installed into the current Su-57 airframe without the need for expensive or complex structural modifications. This seamless upgrade pathway holds immense strategic value for India. If the IAF chooses to procure the Su-57, it will not have to wait years for the final engine to be certified. Instead, India could induct the fighters now with their existing readily available engines and smoothly transition to the advanced AL-51F-1 later as part of the routine modernization program. For Russia, this plug-and-play capability serves as a powerful incentive for both domestic and international buyers, ensuring that operators can deploy the fighter immediately while securing future technological leaps without overhauling their fleets. Next, Ghatak UCAV engine program shifts to production refinements. Godrej Aerospace has successfully handed over the initial serial production engine designated as the D1 to the GTRE. The delivery signals a major shift for the ambitious defense project, moving it away from the laboratory-built prototypes towards a standardized manufacturing system aimed at quality control, repeatability, and eventually mass production. Unlike earlier experimental models that relied on custom one-off assembly techniques, the new D-series engines represent a structured transition into full-scale industrial manufacturing. Open source data indicates that the power plant is a dry derivative of the indigenous Kaveri engine, capable of generating approximately 46 to 51 kN of thrust. The primary goal at this current stage is to thoroughly validate the supply chain, factory tooling, and quality assurance measures before the engine receives final approval for bulk manufacturing. Looking ahead, the upcoming D3 and D4 units will feature further production level tweaks prior to their handover to GTRE. Next, Agni-6 missiles test buzz intensifies. On the morning of 11 June 2026, Indian authorities carried out a large-scale precautionary evacuation ahead of a planned missile test from Launch Complex 3 at the Integrated Test Range in Chandipur, Balasore district, Odisha. The operation involves moving over 11,000 residents, precisely 11,442 people, along with livestock to temporary shelters. The evacuation was coordinated by senior district officials and police, with heightened security measures in place around the test zone. Thank you.